Hi, welcome to the show. Today's topic, artistic sex, artistic sexuality. You're not going to want to miss it. Graehme Floyd's going to come on with the artistic sexy guitar, and Gail Scott's going to get creative with sexuality. You're not going to want to miss these two topics. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about artistic sex and artistic sexuality in a creative way with Gail Scott. Gail, you are the expert on creative sexuality with just in your lifestyle. And how do you get artistic with sex? Like, do you hang a tea towel on your husband's penis? How do you get it going?
Well, there's all kinds of ways to be creative, Marianne. You know, in relationships, people tend to do the same things over and over. And nowadays, people think that to get creative, you have to go outside of yourself. So they're looking out at stores and other material that you're going to bring into the relationship. But actually, you have everything you need within you to be able to be creative. Artists and creativity is something that's God-given. So why not bring that into your sex life?
Okay, so for example, if you're losing the spice.
Okay, so I like to use the acronym KISS, keep it simple, stupid.
Okay.
So let's keep it really simple. Let's use ABCs.
Okay.
So it's the first 3 chapters of my new book that's coming out in
yes,
the fall.
I heard.
A to Z of sexuality. So A, art.
Okay.
So there's so many ways that we can be artistic. We can use what we know as art. So for example, the naked body.
Right.
We can have art done of ourselves. Think of Titanic when she's being drawn by him laying on the chaise with that beautiful stone in her between her breasts.
Describe while you're drawing your partner what it looks like so that she or he can hear it.
And I have an exercise that I work with people where a lot of people have hang-ups about their body, right? And so being bare naked is so creative. First of all, you could draw on your body.
Right.
You could draw on your partner's body.
Get the paintbrushes out.
Yeah, you could draw your partner's body. So
draw on their body.
But you could draw their actual body on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
You can go and you can do creative photography with the naked body.
Yeah, I had my picture taken just a while ago with my yoni, and my legs up in the air, and they were crisscrossed, and it was taken from the back, and I looked at it, I'm going, wow, that's a real, it's artistic.
It's very artistic.
Like, that looks, you can't see it.
It doesn't have to be something that
Get somebody else to draw it.
It doesn't have to be expensive.
No.
It can be erotic. You can have pictures of the back of the body. You could have pictures of just the breasts. You can have pictures of yourself with your partner. You can ask your partner, what do you like about my body? Artistically, think about it. Just looking at the human body is artistic.
Yeah, it is.
And then you want to think about how can you get more creative with your body. So that's where the tantric work comes in, where you can use the senses. So you can be really sensual with your eyes, obviously. With music, you can use your body to dance. That's very creative as well. You can use food. Again, that's creative.
Yeah, food is a huge creative.
I mean, think about it. I mean, a banana is a banana.
And it's satisfying your taste buds at the same time, a visual of a certain...
I mean, a raspberry, it looks like the perfect direction.
Yeah, so put it on your partner's body.
Yes.
You can place... There's, in Thailand, I think there's a restaurant there where they actually bring a woman out on some kind of a platform, and they put a food order, whatever somebody has ordered, like a salad or fruit.
Her as the platter?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's kind of
So think of Sex in the City,
right,
when she laid herself out on the dining room table covered in sushi. That is so artistic.
I know.
So erotic, so sensual, so simple. Go to the grocery store, buy some sushi, lay there. I mean, there's so many ways to be creative.
A to Z. There's tons in between
A to Z, there's tons. There's going to be a lot of information in this book that will help people to really tap into stuff that's easy. And you can start slow.
Right.
Like, you can start simple. It doesn't have to be a big, blown-up thing. Just do one little thing. Even just eye-gazing with someone is creative. Go to a different place. Lie on the beach. Go in the forest. Go places where you feel comfortable.
What about kissing?
Kissing is so erotic.
You can get creative with your mouth.
Of course
when you're kissing. You don't have to always go to the lips.
Of course. Of course.
You
You can just do so much. It's so juicy.
And the
it's
tongue.
Just so juicy.
The tongue is an
Yeah.
interesting,
Yeah,
creative
yeah.
little prop too.
Yeah,
I mean, most people use their tongue in a way where they just want to go do a tonsillectomy with their partner in their mouth.
And
That is
most
just
people
like-
do the same thing over and over and over. So everybody, I believe that everybody has a creative artist within them. We all have that. We just often don't tap into it.
Right.
So that's the kind of work that I can do with people and help them really get connected to that. And then think about it. It's not just what you do with your partner, but it's the surroundings
Yeah, okay. So
that you're in with your partner.
the atmosphere. Get into an erotic space.
I mean, in Tantra, the whole point is that you have a sacred space that you use. It could be the corner of your bedroom.
Right?
It could be an area in your basement. It could be, the back of your office. It doesn't have to be anywhere special, but make it special.
Right.
Bring in statues of naked bodies. Bring in artwork. Bring in texture, color.
Right. Make it luxurious
Yes.
and erotic. Like
hang lingerie on beautiful hooks. Have lights, maybe with red light bulbs in them. Hang a beautiful scarf over top of the light. There's so many ways to do it.
it's interesting. What about being creative each and every time that you, do a log
Right.
type of,
Right.
so that you're not repeating the same. Like this will kind of force you to keep a calendar. And just, if you had sex that one day and you jot down what you're doing, and then the next time.
Well, we forget. Well, our minds are so busy with so many other things that, we think we don't have time to be creative.
Right.
But you're right. Write it down. Keep a journal. Write a fantasy. Write what you want to have happen in a creative way. Read it to your partner.
Love it.
Like, read it out loud to your partner. Who else are you going to read it to but your partner?
Yeah. Or if you feel embarrassed that you don't want to read that to your partner, write down your fantasy.
Right.
Because sometimes we have a hard time speaking about it. So if you get it out on paper and give it to them to read, might blow their mind. Who knows?
Probably it
But
will.
I think that's a good way to release it, because that's what art is, an artistic expression is.
And when you think about it, at the second chakra, there's 7 chakras in the body, the energy spaces within your body, and the second one is the sex chakra,
Yeah.
the sacral chakra, 2 inches below your navel, and that area houses all your sexual energy and all your creative energy.
But
So if you're not accessing your creativity, you're also not allowing your full sexual energy to be expressed.
if we don't know how to access it, though, in a physical way, these
Right.
other things that are creative are going to really help jolt and pull it out.
It's a perfect avenue for you.
Artistic.
Yeah. Now, it takes a little bit of vulnerability
For sure.
to be able to suggest this to a partner, because most people are pretty set in their ways about what they do.
Yeah, we get stuck in ruts.
We do get stuck in ruts, but with sex, who wants to be stuck in a rut?
Well, I don't.
No.
I think, and that's where problems start to arise, when we are in a sexual rut.
Yes.
So we have to take everybody back to
Basic
Artistic-
ABCs, I told you, it's
the
like
basic
kid stuff.
ABCs.
Kids dance. Kids are expressive. They're free. That's what we want to have,
That's their-
especially artistically, creatively, sexually, all of that.
That's their little libido running around anyways.
And what happens with children is that when they hit puberty, that sexual energy the creative part of them actually gets stifled into the expression of their sexual energy.
Right.
And oftentimes, if their sexual energy gets stifled at that time too,
Right.
with, family dynamics or society norms or whatever, their creativity also gets damaged.
Right.
So it's about, as an adult, accessing both together in
Okay.
the same form.
So ABCs,
ABC.
some more
Yeah.
between A and Z.
That's
give me
what
some
I'm-
more
Words?
basic structure between A and C.
Right. So D is for dance.
Dancing.
E is for erotic.
Okay.
F is for fun.
Okay.
What else have I got? P is for play. R is for relax. Doesn't always.
I can't wait to read this book.
Relax. Raunchy. S is for striptease. You know, that's another way where we can be very creative. We can strip for our partner.
So
we could strip our partner.
That's great that you categorized the alphabet.
Yeah.
Because then you have to actually think about it.
And every chapter is full of juicy ideas for people. So it's easy. So it's simple. I told you, just keep it simple.
You have to keep it simple, stupid. And that's just the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because I think we get a little overwhelmed and overthought of, oh, how am I going to, if you just...
Or make too much of it.
Yeah, it's too much. This book, when's it coming out, Gail?
It's going to come out in
This
September.
was a big surprise. You didn't tell me about it. Shame on you.
I've been thinking about it for a while because of my own journey and everything that I've experienced.
Yeah, and I think it's a brilliant idea.
Right, thank you.
I think it's brilliant, and
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
wait to get my hands on it. And it was great having you back this
Thank
season.
you. It's great.
And seeing an evolution of some kind of evolution with you, with your work. It's awesome. I love working with you.
And
love
I
the work that
enjoy
you
working with people too, you know, to be able to bring them to a new place.
Great. Nice having you on the show.
Thank you again for asking me.
Yeah, you're welcome. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome to the show. Today I have Graehme Floyd, and we're going to get really sexy with the acoustic guitar, one of my favorite instruments, all-time sexiest instrument in the world, pulled by Vanity Fair.
That's right.
I mean, it's the sexiest instrument. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here.
Talk about this.
So, with the acoustic guitar, how come it's so damn sexy? What's going on with that?
That's a good question. You know what? I think part of the thing about the guitar, and more specifically guitarists, there's kind of this rebellious, bad boy kind of character that's always associated with the guitar. You know, you look at a lot of the rock stars, guitar players, they kind of embody that character. And of course, it's a classic masculine figure that, you know, pervades through all of history. You look at the pirate and the cowboy and the explorer, and of course the rock star.
Yeah, the rock
follows
star,
suit
man.
with that. So
Keith Richards.
yes.
I
Well, that again a
he's
perfect
an old man
example.
now.
Yes.
I still want to rip his clothes off when he's up there playing. He's hiding behind his guitar.
Yes. Well, he speaks with his guitar,
He's
right?
speaking.
That's how he expresses himself.
Right.
What he does.
And why is it used for serenading? I mean, that's just a romantic
Well,
thing.
I think one of the big ones, I guess, a practical purpose is it's a very portable instrument. Now,
Right.
you can take it anywhere you want. You can, you know, go out on the beach. You could go, you know, to, you know, where your lover lives.
Yep.
You can take it with you, but at the same time, too, it's such a versatile instrument. It can cover so many roles. You know, you can play chords.
Right.
You can do rhythmic things. You can do melodies and various ideas, and in fact, you can even do all of those things at the same time and sing.
You've been playing
Right.
for since you were 8 years old.
That's right. Actually, I started, believe it or not, I didn't start with the guitar. I started with the piano,
Yep.
but of course, you know, become a teenager, all of a sudden music becomes so connected to you, and that's when I switched.
90%. There's another poll that 90% of men, or the sexiest instrument for a man is the guitar. That's a poll of 90%.
That's right. It's
That's
huge.
high.
Yes.
I play the guitar, but I'm not very sexy at it.
That's okay. You know what? Believe it or not, especially when it comes to men, and I think this is an important one for anybody that might be considering, you know, learning to play the guitar. You don't actually have to be a master
No.
to be thought of as, you know, sexy when you're
Right.
playing.
Yep.
You really only have to know how to play, you know, a handful of chords, to know how to do a little bit of strumming, a little
Right.
bit of rhythm, to put something together to be able to play, you know, for somebody else. You
Right.
don't have to get in front of a huge audience. And I find, I mean, for my students, you know, 6 weeks, 3 months of practice and training, and you're there. You can do it. So it's not so difficult.
So when you're teaching a man and he
Yes.
has a partner at home, is there any little elements that you can extra teach him so that he can learn how to put words to the melodies and chords and
yeah, in
strumming
a sense.
for his
I mean,
partner?
I do focus mostly on the instrumental side.
Yep.
I do give guidance and feedback to my students on the writing side, but the most important thing is you have to connect
Yep.
with your partner. You have to make it personal. If I'm writing something for somebody I'm with, I don't think about, how is the audience going to respond. No, it's how are we connecting? How are we going to make that deeper? What's an important moment that we've shared or that I want to share with that person?
Right.
What's something that I feel about them that I haven't been able to express in words, or at least just in speaking?
Yep.
Music allows us to really just transcend language. We can go beyond just words.
Well, feeling comes out. I mean, the more romantic and the more sexy you play, it's a partner is listening to that, female partner. She's feeling the emotions or the sensitivity or the sensuality in her male partner.
Absolutely.
And rather than getting raunchy with the guitar, which is fine.
Yes, and
raunchy's
you can do that if that's what you're going for. There's a time and a place for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But for serenading and trying to turn on and get the mood going.
There's certainly a gentleness to it. There's a sensitivity. I try to think about a balance that you're trying to find, where, of course, you're trying to reach out and connect, but at the same time, you're also allowing enough space for them to kind of come forward, right? You look at the great writing, and this could be, love songs or any type of music. There's a certain amount of ambiguity that's allowed, right? And it allows the listener, if it's just one person or if it is an audience, it allows them to bring their own experience into things, which is a wonderful thing. The connection, again, is so much deeper when the person can fill it in and fill out the picture.
What's your all-time sexiest song?
All-time? Well, again, I have so many different styles of music that I'm a fan of. So
hundreds.
It's hard for me to narrow it down to one. But I think I'm going to give you three.
Okay.
And each one I think kind of falls in different categories. The first one, which I would say is one of my favorites, is Fields of Gold by Sting.
Nice one.
If you remember that piece. Now, it's not primarily a guitar piece. I'm familiar with a few arrangements that were done either on classical guitar or on acoustic guitar, which are just wonderful. It always gets a good response, if you want to think about it that way. A second piece, which is more of an acoustic piece, is the song Name by the Goo Goo Dolls. Just absolutely beautiful, very, very personal song. I've had a few people cry, actually, performing that piece, so it's wonderful. Now, other than the acoustic side, because I'm involved in various different styles and genres that I play, there's a particular instrumental piece that I'm a big fan of when it comes to that emotion, that feeling. And it's by an artist who I think most people, maybe most of the viewers, wouldn't be familiar with. His name is Timmons.
Okay.
He's an electric guitar player from Texas, and his piece, Cry for You, is just devastatingly sensual in its sound. I get chills every time I hear it. I do. Yes. So check out the piece. Wonderful player. If you ever see his performance, because there are, of course, videos you can check out on YouTube, you can see the emotion coming through when he's playing.
Powerful.
It's very powerful, absolutely.
So you do these workshops, or there's some new little workshop coming up about with a couples thing, encouraging composing chords and music in a romantic or
that's
erotic?
The direction. Yeah, it's more, well, it could be erotic, it could be romantic. It really is in the choice of the individual person.
Okay.
That's
so
coming
just tell
in
me a
with it.
little bit more about that.
The idea behind it's a workshop that I've been developing for a period of time now, and the idea is to try to help guitar players, although it could be musicians in general, to be able to write a piece of music for their partner, for their lover, for whoever they are with. Yeah, exactly. And it's focusing again on that personal touch,
right?
And trying to make it as simple as possible. We often think about music, and I know I was like this when I first started. It's this magical, mysterious, elusive thing that very few people are able to harness.
Yeah.
And the reality is that there is certainly that character to it, but it's a skill. It's just something that can be developed, that anybody can do. As long as you have the right steps. And that's what we're attempting to do is we're trying to provide all of the steps that the person would need to be able to write a very personal, a very touching song.
That's a great workshop. I'm so glad that you're putting this together because this is just an enhancer for couples therapy.
Yes.
It's couples therapy
Absolutely.
with the guitar. It really
Yeah.
is bonding them together. You know, I think it's fantastic. I think every woman out there should encourage
Yes, that's it.
her partner to
push
learn
your
how to
partner
play
in
the
to learn to do
guitar
it.
by
And of course,
Graehme.
we're open for women if they want to write music for, you know, for their husband or boyfriend or
It's
whoever,
perfect.
partner in general. Because, again, we connect with sound. As I said, music tends to transcend just the language.
Yep.
And that applies in both directions.
And,
so.
you know, also the finger movements with the guitar when you're picking the strings, that's it's kind of like a controlled flow with the fingers.
Yes.
You can learn how to, you know, get movement with the fingers on your partner's genitals again. I
Yes,
mean, what you
the very,
look at.
very sensual side, right?
Yeah.
Yes, musicians, and I've heard about this side of things, and I guess I could say I've had these kind of experiences or observations made as well, is that musicians are very in touch, they're very responsive. They're able to listen and react, which of course, when it comes to the sensual side of things, is a very positive thing. We're also very good with our hands, dexterous, you know, all of the motions.
Guys out there need to learn how to play the guitar so they can be more sensuous with their hands on the female body. It's all good stuff.
Yes.
So I never would have thought.
Yes. Well, on the creative side too, of course, it's very attractive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's an embracing instrument. I love it. I will learn. I will keep learning until I get really sexy at it. And that's just the bottom line.
Absolutely,
and
yes.
I can start serenading my partner.
You want to have, of course, a goal in mind, right?
Yeah.
Choose, you know, why are you learning to play? If your goal, of course, is to play music for your partner or for your own enjoyment, you know, focus on that direction.
Yeah, yeah.
As I said, you don't have to be a master.
How does it make you feel when you play it? You know, I mean,
For
you
me,
can.
it's freedom.
Freedom?
It really is. I was very much a shy, introverted teenager when I started playing the guitar. And it was really an outlet. It was a way I felt that I could open up, that I could express who I am.
Graehme, that's awesome stuff.
Yes.
It was great having you on the show.
Wonderful. Well, thank
today.
you so much for having me.
I love it. The connection with the whole sexuality and just bonding for couples in your workshop. It's awesome. Good work.
Yes. So if anybody's looking for information about the workshop that's coming up or any future ones, they can go to my site at londonguitarlessons.ca.
Okay. Awesome. Great having you here. Hi, thanks for watching the show. It was really fantastic having Gail and Graehme on. I learned a lot of creative things that I can take home. And if you have any questions that you would like to ask on artistic sex and artistic sexuality, feel free to email me at sexwithdrzen@gmail.com. We'll see you soon.